start another wander. Look at that view. I've got a secluded pitch. A nice campfire to myself. A beautiful view. And where do you think it is? There's the hint. The Barry. There's only one campsite gives you a Barry to take your stuff in. Let's go and find out who. Where's this bloody caravan site? Oh, there's a sign. And we've made it to our destination for this video. North Rhins Camping. As you can see, it's a hard one to find, but it's an easy one to find. It's you come through straight, and 5 miles and a bit later, and I mean going straight. You go straight through Leslie, dead easy, keep going. You're on a country sort of, looks like a one-track road, and you saw how I came down that hill there, couldn't see the thing. And here we're here. It's a small campsite. I'll show you. Inside they have space for 3 motorhomes, camper vans. And there's bits behind, there's some tents go there. Usually if a family turns up with somebody with a motorhome, the rest camp behind. At the entrance we also have the utilities. Very, very clean. We'll go inside. Toilets. Disabled unit. Everything you need. And there's a shower unit in there. Along here we go past the camper vans. That's it, takes 4 camper vans. And there's bits round the back there. And this is the car park. They have, everything is like this. It's all little units. Everything's secluded. You can do your own thing. There's a glamping pod. They've got one glamping pod. And the rest of the place is like that. Units on their own. We'll go up the middle of this is middle. That would normally be a plot in there, fire pit. The guy flogs logs. Also, a bit around here, this centre bit, it's where the bigger groups go. And it goes away up the back there to some smaller units. As you can see, very secluded. There's another unit in there, number 10's in there. And as you saw, we get a barry for bringing your stuff round. Didn't get that anywhere else. Very thoughtful. There's one up there. But it's the one I've got. It's the same one I had last time, number 11. beautiful. Look at that. How's that for a campsite? Nice wee chair. Oh, I've got the fire pit and the tent in there. There's a family below us. I actually know them. They've been in our village. And there's a family above. Anyway, I'm going to get something to eat. And I'll come back and show you my new tent. It's where I started. And back then I said I would really like to get a tent that I'd be comfortable in. I've got health problems. Probably a bit overweight, but I'm not so bad now and I was fit. And I couldn't get into an ordinary tent. So as you saw from other videos, I went mad with the teepee. Enjoyed it thoroughly. So, and I've got the backup of that wee Slummet tent, very good wee tent. But I need someone to take me through the winter. I had to look at everything. I hummed and hawed. I was going to spend a bit of money, but I wasn't going to go daft and buy a you-know-what. So I decided I'm going to have a look at the better Vangos, and that's what I've done. So let's have a look at what I've bought. Well, as you can see, it's one of the semi-geodesic, in other words. It's quite a simple tent, is it? Or a dome tent. It's made with Vango. It's the Halo Pro 300. This is the one that's approved for use for the Duke of Edinburgh Award. As you can see, it's got 3 poles crossing in the centre to give it more strength. Look at the rain flies. There's no way that zip. There's no way that zip is going to get caught. And I found the zips very easy. I've not bothered putting the guy ropes in. I won't need them. I'm only getting 10 mph winds in the next wee bit. The whole thing, I laid it out, assembled the crossbars, and I had the whole thing up inside 10 minutes. It wasn't hard to put up. As you see, it's quite a large tent, 3-man, but it's only me that's going to be using this. So I've got it set up for 1-man use. A number of things, but being semi-geodesic, it's going to take the wind. And that was the important thing. It's also got a good skirt. I think it says 3 season, but I'll be taking that out in 4. It is Scotland, and I'm in the south, so it doesn't get that bad. The tent itself is 5,000mm hydrostatic head. That's well plenty, and it's going to get tried in the next 24 hours. We're expecting short, sharp showers and thunder and lightning. 2 sets of it. That'll test the bugger out. As you can see, it's got a bathtub at the bottom. So I'm okay with a wee bit flooding. It comes with a ground sheet for inside the fly, but I'm not going to bother with that today. Anyway, let's switch this off and I'll get inside and let you see what like it is in there. Right, that's me sitting in my wee chair. I found a chair in the hut that's not going to cause any bother. I've got all my stuff in here. I've got a carpet, I've got the foil down, I've got my table, I've got my light that I can work automatically. But let's look at the tent. It's very, very solid. That's good material. It's no ordinary material. There's something in it. The only mesh is up in the top, there and there, and that's next to the ventilators. There's pockets in the corner, there's two there and two behind me. There's a wee pocket there, but that's actually meant for the door on the other side. As you can see, you can half the door down and there's a mozzie screen there. And the other side there, I'm using it for storage at the moment. But the good thing with the DOG6, or semi-DOG6, with the door at either end, in this country, well, I find anyway, that when I go out the wind changes. And you know, you set your tent up so the wind's not going to be blowing in the door. And the next minute it is, the wind changes round. With a system like this, at opposing ends, I can set it up like this today, and if the wind changes and starts blowing in, I can close that down and use that as use the other end as my door. It's 2 meters. Yeah, it's I think it's 2 meters 10 by, sorry, not 2 meters, 2.1 meters 10 by 1.8. The C3 could get in it, aye. They'd be pushing it a real laddies maybe. Of course it is designed for Duke of Edinburgh awards. You didn't get big lads in that, and the younger yins are usually fit. Well, they were in my day, I don't know what like they are nowadays. But this is set up for me. I've got all my gear in that end. I've got my chair, my wee table. I can quite happy in here. And I've got that area there for my cooking gear. Well, today I'm in a campsite and it's better if I can cook outside. But I could do all my cooking in there if it was bad. So, we're going to give this tent a good try. I think it's going to succeed. But in the next 24 hours, we've got some real bad weather coming our way. Thunder and lightning. The wind is only going to be 10 miles an hour, but it's going to be thunder and lightning. And I've had a look at the radar, and hopefully we're going to get a good test. And if it is, I've got my wet gear. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to record it. I'll see you later in the day. Welcome to the party. This is living. Beautiful night, nice and clear, warm, good cigar. This is smooth coffee, very smooth. A lovely fire, plenty of burn. Something good on the video. This is real camping. This is the life. I could take a lot of this. Take it while it's there. You know what's coming in the morning? Thunder and lightning. So I'm going to enjoy this. Morning. I wouldn't say it's a beautiful morning, it's a wee bit dreich, but I quite like this weather. It's very warm. In fact, to say
listening to the radio there and they said that yesterday was one of the hottest September days they've had in a long time. I think it was. I was in the tent last night there. This Halo, it did well. Early on, I was sweltering. Maybe that was to do with the weather, but I had to strip right off to get into the sleeping bag. In fact, I was soaking. But anyway, the tent, about 4 o'clock in the morning, the storm front came through, and according to the Met Office, it was as bad as it gets. I had about just under an hour of really, really heavy rain. It was pounding down. Pitch black outside, so I didn't shoot any film. But it was absolutely pounding down, and I've got to say, thumbs up. Not a drop of rain got through. Underneath the fly sheets at the front, I didn't put down the ground sheet. It was bone dry, both ends, bone dry. This tent will do for me. It's sturdy built. Well, we'll still to find out what happens in the wind, but with these fancy new poles, it looks like it'll be alright, but we'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out. We're going to, I know the type it backs off because the weather's a wee bit bad. But definitely 5,000mm hydrostatic head. It worked for me. Absolutely perfect. I don't know what the fabric is that they've used on the inner of this tent, but it looks to me like it's got a waterproof content as well. It's not the usual material, and the only bits that are mesh is the ventilation. So it's a very warm tent. It's definitely worth a look at. Okay, it costs you around about £200, but it does what it says on the packet. It keeps you dry, keeps you warm, keeps you safe. What more do you want with that tent? Anyway, breakfast time. As you see, I'm getting into the shortbread, and unlike last time, I've got the Pattersons. I found for 20 sticks. No like Aldi's, I found for 8 sticks. And Morrison's was no better. So there's where you get your shortbread. Aldi's. But breakfast will be, as usual, some oats, porridge, golden syrup. Oh yes. And I had some party food last night, which I didn't eat. I was having a great time. I had a great time last night, by the way. I've got a new gadget for watching videos on. I'll let you see it the next time I'm on. It drew practically no power and run for 4 hours. It was great. So I was just sitting there. That fire that we've got there is brilliant. He put a new fire in yesterday. A new fire pit. Excellent. I had a great night. But I didn't eat the party food. So I'm having mussels for breakfast before we go out today. I'll see you later in the day.
Spooky. spooky. Good night.
That's 2 nights in my Vango Halo Pro 300. 3-man tent designed for the Duke of Edinburgh Award, or at least approved. It's got a few other approved stickers on it which I never saw before. The first night we had heavy rain. If you looked at the Met Office, it was really bad. It was into the Met Office is all colours. It was into the red and into the white. It was a electrical storm, thunder and lightning came over the top of us, and that went on for about an hour. And brilliant. I hardly knew it was going on. Since then, it's been raining off and on through yesterday, through last night. As you can see, we're in a foggy environment. That tent has never let in a drop. And as for condensation, never saw a drop. Now, I'm used to being in tents where there's a lot of condensation. I don't know, but maybe it helped my sleep. I slept very well in this last night. Very warm. The inner material, I don't think it's an ordinary cloth. I think there's something else in it. But that tent did absolutely fantastic, and I'll be using it, well, for most of my trips. To put up and take down. Okay, I've had it up once before. I just wanted to make sure everything worked. So this time it went up very easily. In fact, the first time it wasn't too bad. It's better if you've got 2 people, but on my own, this time it took me about 10 minutes. The poles are made of some fancy alloy that's been treated in a special way. Went up no problem whatsoever. And I was quite happy bending them in that. In a rush and you'll get the things up. Other than that, okay, I'll be honest, I don't know what like Vango's pegs are, because as always I use the type of pegs that you'd use in a fishing bivvy. I think a lot of people are doing that now. All in all, okay, it cost me £200. Doesn't sound much when you say it as quick as that compared to tents that are coming in between 80 and 120. But this one is streaks ahead. You can go there and get these halibut tents and that are hundreds, and up into the thousands in some case. In my view, this is just as good. I saw them. 3 man, plenty of room. Well, for me, there's plenty of room, and that takes some doing. There's storage round the back and the back flap. I couldn't say a bad thing about it. The big bag it came in, it's a massive bag. All the bits and pieces that are left over when you put gear out in that, it's in the bag, lying in the back there. Putting it away, as I did last time, again, a breeze. It's easy to put away because of the big bag. There's none of this stuff sack, sort of narrow sack problem that you have to bind everything so tight that you can't get them into the sack. It's a good unit. It's worth the money. And I'll be using it from now on. Pal. Good morning. I'm having my pre-breakfast shortbread and coffee. Had a brilliant night. It's nearly, it's 7:15. I slept just before 7 o'clock. A really comfortable night. And I was in bed early. I was in bed before 11 o'clock. Had a good fire. Got another bag of logs. Had 1 can of beer and a couple of coffees. And just had a really cool, enjoyable night. I was watching videos. I'd been doing the Stranraer midday. Now Stranraer's 45 miles from my house. Bumped into folk for the village. That's what like it is down here in this corner of Scotland. You know, I've saw me travelling 60 odd mile to Dumfries, and you still bump into folk for the village, and everybody talks here. It's a different part of the world. But anyway, I went into the charity shop, which there's not too many in Stranraer actually. It's still quite a buoyant economy. And I bought some more videos, because I like to sit at night and watch the videos. And I got the full set of Die Hard. So I sat up last night and watched that. I used to use my PC, real laptop. It burnt a hell of a lot of power. But I invested in one of these things. Lightweight, folds out. It can do all sorts of things allegedly. Can it? Hell, well, I can't get it to. But the main thing is it does the videos, and it draws very little power. What did that cost me? Oh, less than 30 quid. And it's been worthwhile. Some people watch stuff on their phone, but it's too wee a screen for me, that. So that was last night. During the night, it'll be about 4 in the morning. I heard a foghorn. Well, we're about a mile from the sea. Then I heard it again. And I thought, ships with foghorns? Opened the door of the tent, and here's a bloody coo at the fence there. I heard the coos next door. Mission was giving it moo. The fog's still down. I've got about 100 yards view. But it's warm. It's nice and warm, and there's no wind. This is a corner of the country that doesn't catch much wind. So I had a good night. So this morning I'm going to do a rundown video in the tent. You'll have saw it before this because that's where I'll put it in the video. Tent gets a thumbs up, that's what I'll say at the moment. Excellent piece of kit, can't say enough about it. Hoping to get everything made up and away by 11, but with this mist I want the tent to dry out a bit. The campsite itself, this is the second time I've been here. In fact, this was the first campsite that I came to. There's people in the next plot that are here then as well. It's countrified. It's one up from a wild camp. The facilities are second to none. Makes it, down the bottom of the site there, they've got toilets, showers, what have you, and they're clean. Well, at the moment they're food daddy long legs, but what the hell. I like a bit of company. Other than that, the folk that run it are nice enough. It's cheap. Look it up on the internet, you'll see the price. That's North Rhins Campsite. North Rhins Camping we go there. Anyway, I'm going to get my day started slowly. After speaking to that family that I'd met before, I found about another campsite that they go to. It's actually, I'd be lucky if it's 12-15 miles from my house. And it's very much like this, they say. I had intended to start the wild camping, but next time I think I'll go to that one. You'll find out where it is next video. I'll see you there.